Hello and welcome to Mystically Speaking. I'm your host, Tanya Marie. And on this episode, I'm doing the tarot reading and astrology reading for Libra for June 2023. All right. Well, there's not much going on in astrology for Libra right now. Your birthday isn't for a while and there's no planets in your sign. So you have a sense of freedom. And Libra loves that. Libra loves that air. The air sign of Libra loves that airy feeling, that like freedom, like I could fly. So Libras are really happy right now. June is a good time for them. It's just like beautiful and they enjoy the beauty of the flowers blooming and the smells and all that sensual stuff that comes with being ruled by Venus. So Libras are really happy right now. Let's see what's going on for June. It looks like there's a lot of decisions to be made. There's a lot going on and you have to decide on different things and you have a lot of choices to make. So when this card comes up, I always say, look at what's a priority and put things in order. Before you choose, decide what is your first priority and then go that way. Because if you choose something that's beyond your priority, you feel selfish, like, oh, I shouldn't be doing this right now. I still have to do X, Y, and Z. So choose based on your priorities, what's really important, what's needed, be your best self for these choosings. And it looks like for June, let's pick another card because for June, with a lot of things that you have to choose or decide, it could just be a lot of times people are just, I don't know where to go on vacation, but it looks like it's a little tougher than that. It looks like this is more than just, should I go on vacation? This is, how do I stay above my problems? How do I stay above the crowd? How do I stay above the things that are holding me down? And Libra, right now it just seems like what's holding you back are just some issues that have to do with what's going on around you. So, one of the things I like to suggest is this is a message from Bashar. If you don't know who Bashar is, Google him. He's actually a channel. Daryl Anka is a channeler of Bashar, and the messages are amazing. And one of the messages he gives is my favorite. It's circumstances don't matter. Only state of being matters. So here you're dealing with a lot of circumstances. There's a lot of things happening and you have to make choices. You have to look at what's a priority. What could you do first? And while doing that, stay above. So as you choose each thing, these other things are going to be popping up like, hey, what about us? What about us? What about this? What about that? While you're trying to focus on one thing. Okay, so the advice for that is the World card. All right, so I'm going to give you some advice right now about this. What you need to do is I'm just going to give you like a little visual. Pretend you're like an angel, all right? And you're up above the world right now, above the earth. And you're looking down and you see all the problems you have right now in the situations. You need to be the observer. You need to be the observer from an angelic perspective where the angel is all good, right? The angel wants good and is all good and isn't in crisis mode. And that's what's important, is get out of crisis mode for a minute. What if you knew everything was going to work out? What would you do differently? Maybe when you're choosing, you're not choosing correctly because you're in crisis mode. You're just like, you're worried, you're panicking. That's not going to help you choose. But if you could get above your situation, like have an eagle's eye, like get above the situation and look down and say, okay, I'm going through these things right now. These people, these things, these circumstances are trying to get at me, and I'm just pushing them down like, stop, like whack-a-mole, like leave me alone, Libra, right now, June is like that. But if you could get above it, high enough above it, that you could just see it and you don't have to whack it, you don't have to stop it, you don't have to use your energy for it. You just have to see it a certain way. You can change things, you can shift things with visualization, with knowing the right things to say and do. You can change things up because now you're observing. It's sort of like if you knew that you were going to win $1 million tomorrow, what would you do differently today? That's what I'm saying. Now that you're up in the air and you're observing the situation, what would you do differently than how you feel right now in that situation? Okay, that worrying situation. So it just shows me that you're in a painful situation somewhere, that there might be, some things that are causing pain. There might be more than one. There might be 2 or 3 things that are causing pain in your life for June. All right, Libra. You have your ruling planet Venus is in Leo. So that right there is showing what's real. It's lighting up what's real about love. And you're in pain when it comes to love. There are things causing you pain when it comes to love. And those things right now need to be seen from a different perspective so that you can heal them. So you can look down and say, how could I heal that situation? How could I mend my broken heart? Instead of being in it and trying to stay above it and being in it and having to choose, how to go about it, you need to get a better perspective. You need to look at it like, how does this situation affect everything? What is the long-term situation here? What is the long-term goals of this situation? So I feel like, unfortunately, Libra has a few things in their life that's causing pain. And for June, they could cure, they could heal, they could figure it all out. They could unravel the situations. They could choose wisely and do all that I should say Libra. I know there's some cross watchers, but Libra, if you just get above and look at it from another perspective of being above the situation and being part of the solution, the angelic realm of knowing what's right and wrong and not letting the shadow or the bad stuff hold you back, to feel like you're in that crisis mode and you can't do anything. This is freedom, being up in the air and looking down, like you can see the solutions. All right. So my advice is to get above the situation. Libra, I'm trying to think like what you're good at. You're not real good at making decisions. So if you need someone else to help you make the decisions, but give them the perspective of that higher perspective that you're intuitively getting right now. The Moonology card I picked for you is step out of your comfort zone. And stepping out of your comfort zone means that, yes, you are going to have to do things that are tough. So this card here, I'm sorry that you have it, that says there's some pain in your life right now. You will have to kind of step out of your comfort zone to heal this pain. You're going to have to do things that you didn't want to do. You're going to have to choose things, and you're going to have to stay above so that your world can be better. And that's going to mean facing some painful things. But as Venus moves through Leo, it will go retrograde in Leo for a little bit, but that'll be a time to revisit things of the past that need healing as well. So you're just healing. You're healing things from the past, and you're healing new things, and you're moving on, and you're letting your world take hold of the things that are really important and securing them for the future. Okay. So it's a lot of looking at your priorities and how you could help work things out by looking at them from a positive healing standpoint instead of crisis mode. All right. I hope that helped. Please like and subscribe. I will be having some more videos out, and hopefully, Libra, I could give you some more advice to get you through this for June. But until then, rock your magic.